In this video, we'll learn about meditate a little every day. Meditation is an integral component of Zen habits. It is a long-established practice that helps you calm your mind, relax your body, and focuses on relaxation and stress relief. At its deepest level, meditation serves a spiritual purpose. Zen meditation centers on a type of sitting meditation called Zazen. The practice is all about sitting upright and following breath. Other types of meditation work around ideas of mental concentration on something. Still others consider that meditation involves imagining a thing that gives you peace or satisfaction. In either scenario, the goal is to slow things down, especially the mind, and stop its incessant activity. While Zen monks have known it for years, now science also backs up meditation as one of the most effective ways of dealing with stress. Although there are other stress reduction techniques present, this one by far is the most useful. You can meditate for a number of different reasons. You can do so to develop concentration, clarity, or even emotional positivity. Depending on the type of meditation practice you follow, you can even learn the habits and patterns of your mind. Most meditative states have a few basic commons. For instance, to enter a state of meditation, you will need to get into a relaxing position. Choose a position that makes you feel comfortable, but not too comfortable, for you need to practice your focus. You can meditate sitting, standing, kneeling, or even lying down. Certain forms of meditation will also let you sit in a chair and meditate. Choose a posture that comes naturally to you. The key is to keep your back straight. Entering a meditative state takes a few minutes. As you do this, keep your eyes closed and monitor your breathing. Breathing in and out cuts out distractions and lowers the heart rate. Although there are many types of meditation, the focus here is on the main three types, which are yoga, qigong, and guided visualization. Let's have a look at each of these in detail. Yoga. Yoga is a popular meditation technique that is practiced widely and is also considered a popular form of gentle exercises. Besides helping gain flexibility, strength, balance, and even losing weight, yoga provides peace to the mind. Most yoga poses require intent concentration, which itself has a calming effect on the mind. This focus also helps reduce stress, as your mind concentrates on your pose and not anything else. As you maintain your pose, you also learn to control your breath, which has a calming effect on the mind and body. Although yoga isn't the complete cure for every ailment, it can benefit the human body in many ways. Yoga is the more cost-effective therapy for a better and happier life. Some of the physical benefits of yoga include improved stamina, improved flexibility, improved balance, increased strength. The mental benefits that yoga provides includes improved sleep, reduced stress, body awareness, benefits of yoga. On a spiritual level, yoga aims to help you achieve a complete state of being. Advanced yogis can develop inner strength that gives them complete control over their emotions and desires. On the inside, it enables them to resist temptations and worldly pleasures. If you reach an advanced level, you may also be able to learn to increase your self-esteem by practicing yoga. Removed from the worries of the world, yogis can experience the truth better and start to value themselves more. Qigong. The second type of meditation technique is Qigong. This method helps improve posture and allows you to relax with ease. It is one of the oldest forms of meditation practiced by the Chinese. Qigong consists of internal and external movements. This technique primarily involves the use of breath to circulate energy around the body. There are a few different types categorized as moving, still, and sitting meditation. Moving meditation with Qigong involves the fluctuation of energy through postures, movements, breathing patterns, and transitions. Postures that are held for long periods of time fall under still meditation, while sitting meditation focuses more on the breath, body, and mind. The movement that is done in Qigong promotes natural energy. One branch of Qigong, known as medical Qigong, is part of traditional Chinese medicine. It's used to promote self-healing, disease prevention, and addresses illnesses. The second, known as martial Qigong, emphasizes physical skill. This type lets practitioners demonstrate physical feats like breaking bricks and bending steel wires. The third type, known as spiritual Qigong, uses meditation practices and prayers to pursue enlightenment. When you use it for meditative purposes, Qigong can help your body establish a relationship with the soul and mind. The method allows you to develop deeper spiritual development, body confidence, and attention span. Yoga and Qigong are similar in quite a few ways, as both contribute towards improved mental health. Guided visualization. Guided visualization is a type of relaxation technique that involves creating an image of a peaceful setting in the mind. This method is usually practiced in isolation, as it requires a fair bit of focus and concentration. You are encouraged to create a detailed mental image of a serene and attractive setting. The peaceful visual image is used to associate with the sensation of relaxation to calm the mind and body. Guided visualization is also practiced with physical techniques such as a massage or progressive muscle relaxation. The aim is to make sure that the mind enters a state of peace. The imagery used is used as a distraction tool to ward the mind away from things that may be stressing you. You may receive verbal or nonverbal instructions to let your mind relax. Practicing this method requires both concentration and imagination. It cannot be practiced in noisy environments, as interruptions aren't needed. This method plays a huge role in improving concentration abilities, as focus is what is required. It also impacts cognitive abilities and improves memory power. Guided visualization will require you to think better without a clogged mind. The technique will improve your creativity and promote peaceful thinking. When unwanted thoughts disturb your thinking process, guided visualization can help you get rid of them. People seek this method because it allows them to relax. Finding peace can be a difficult thing, but creating it on your own is easy. With guided visualization, you can promote inner peace by building a peaceful environment. Meditation is the ultimate Zen habit to incorporate in your day. It might seem complicated, but once practiced can turn your life around. In this video, we'll talk about establish a daily routine. Having a daily routine is discipline, and discipline is what Zen habits are all about. When you have a set routine to follow, you can get more things done and in less of a time span. Routine adds structure to your day and gives it a more ordered and calm feeling. As you move through your day, you know exactly what to do, and this simplifies your workday and personal life. With a time slot allotted to different tasks, you can better manage your day without crowding it too much. But perhaps the biggest benefit of having structure is that it puts you in charge. You decide what's important and needs attention first. To make things easier, you can divide up your routines into daily and weekly tasks. If you're able to stick with these for at least 1 month, they'll become lifelong habits. It's not only planning your daily and weekly chores that need attention, but also how you take care of yourself during this time. You also need to establish healthy habits as part of your routine so you can take care of your body and mind in order to keep up with your planned schedules. How do you do that? You pay attention to these aspects of your daily life. Eating well. You know that you have to eat healthy, but do you also know how to do it? This is the point where many people get lost, as they're not sure how to implement this knowledge into action. But there is a simple way of doing this. You may question what the connection between a set routine and eating is. Your eating habits define your lifestyle. If you eat clean and healthy, you will have a better life and improved health. When you eat healthy, you can function better and become more energetic. Your starting point for eating well should be meal preparation. You can't go anywhere without this step. This will give you a fairly good idea of what you'll eat and what you'll have to stay away from. This step also involves shopping beforehand so that you have everything with you when you start cooking. Moving on, you should build your meals around really healthy foods. Of course, you can have some wiggle room for slight indulgences, but the core of your eating plan should be based on super healthy stuff. Make it a point to include foods that you really enjoy. This is very important if you want to eat well for the rest of your life. The reason why so many diets fail is because they center on foods not everyone likes. If you can't or don't eat what you like, you won't stick with it for long. While anyone can follow a restrictive diet for a few weeks at most, if you start to feel deprivation and suffering, you'll give it up quickly. So the key to eating well all the time is to choose healthy and enjoyable foods. You can also add in variety and mix up the plan every now and then, but the key is to stay with foods you love. Another aspect is food preparation. Keep your recipes simple, for you don't want to be slaving over the stove endlessly. Choose meals that are quick to prepare and use fewer ingredients. This way you'll save up on time as well as money. Mind your portion size as you eat. If you're eating healthy, nutritious foods, then you won't have to go in for seconds and thirds. What you eat in one serving should be enough to last you till your next meal. Exercise. When establishing a daily routine, it is important that you make exercise a part of your routine. Exercise not only keeps you fit, but also keeps you happy and has a mind-calming effect. It can even act as therapy for some. In general, people who exercise tend to be more active and happier than those who don't, but it may not be the easiest habit to stick to. Oftentimes, people start out exercising with a lot of energy and enthusiasm. They tell themselves they'll run for 30 minutes every day, or that they'll hit the gym daily. But the problem with this is that such a goal becomes too hard to sustain for long. You may be able to do it for a few days, but then you burn out and the whole thing becomes a drag. You may also tell yourself that you'll work out, eat healthy, quit desserts, and go cold turkey on the soda all at the same time. This approach also creates problems because there are too many goals to deal with all at once. Instead, what works in making exercise a regular part of your day is to start simple. Keep your exercise sessions short and simple in the beginning. Decide on a time that'll work best for you. This way, you're more likely to follow through and not put things off. Start off with a 15 to 20 minute session and stick with it for at least 2 weeks. As your body gets used to exercising, you can then start prolonging your sessions and adding more intensity, but try not to up the duration and the intensity at the same time. As you exercise, make sure that it's something you enjoy. As in the previous point, if you don't enjoy what you eat, you'll give up healthy eating altogether. The same goes for exercise. If you don't enjoy what you do, you'll stop doing it. Remember that recovery is an important part of exercise. You may not need to have a rest day if you're only working out lightly for 20 minutes or so. But as you progress towards more advanced sessions, make sure to add in rest days to give your body a chance to recover. On your rest days, indulge in some very light exercise, such as going out for a walk. The point is to never actually skip a day, as this makes creating a habit more difficult. Do something that keeps you moving, even though very slightly. This will keep your habit formation going. Lower stress. While a stress-free life is really not possible, you can try and lower your stress levels considerably. It's possible because many of the things you stress about are unnecessary. For most people, stress stems from things like meeting deadlines, dealing with difficult people, job uncertainty, competition, conflicts, not enough time, and an overall sense of being swamped by too much. When things get out of control, you start to stress out. If you want to lower stress levels from your life, then you need to have some sort of a method to do so. For instance, you need to recognize the signs of stress. When you feel the stress coming on, pause and take notice. You may feel this as a physical sensation of rushing and crashing down, or may recognize it as a headache coming on. Whatever the signs, you need to stop and slow down. If you feel that you're not in control any longer, just stop doing whatever is bringing on this feeling. You need to recognize that you can't be in control all the time, so don't let it get the better of you. Know that you can't do everything at once, so pick and choose your tasks wisely. Narrow your scope to bring things in perspective and renegotiate your commitments. Choose only what is doable and focus on one thing at a time. As you fully give yourself to that one thing, feel the tension melt away and relax into the moment. Accepting what's going on will make you better at lowering stress than trying to fight it. If people bring you stress, shy away from them and stay with others who make you feel good. If things get in the way, seclude yourself and meditate, stretch, massage, or get some fresh air until you are ready to face the challenges again. Schedule to take mini breaks every day to de-stress on a continual basis. This is the only way to charge yourself again for the next onslaught of the daily grind. In this video, we'll discuss about respect and appreciate life. People who are able to find happiness in small things are those who live a happy life. For others, it's easy to forget what they have since they're so busy looking for what they don't have. It's funny how the mind works, thinking that what you could have will be more valuable than what you do have. But just how do you measure this happiness? There are people who have a lot of money but aren't happy, and then there are those who have no money but are happy. This difference exists because of their state of mind. Those who appreciate life find happiness no matter what. While happiness itself can mean a lot of different things for different people, those who are the happiest may not necessarily have the best of everything, but they do make the best of everything. If your happiness is associated only with achieving certain goals, such as a nice car or a good job, then rest assured that the search for happiness will be a lifelong pursuit. This is because once you get these goals, you look forward to meeting more goals, which will make you happier, and so on. In other words, your happiness is always placed somewhere in the future, but never in the present. On the contrary, happy people are always happy in the present. Their happiness is right here and now with who they are and what they're doing. They learn to appreciate life as it is and don't give a thought to how great things will be in the future. If you want to lead a happier life, try including these Zen habits to appreciate life better. Learn to let go. This may sound difficult to do, but learning to let go can release you from a lot of worries. At times, you stick on to things that don't matter. You feel that if you let go, you won't be able to survive. In essence, it's an attempt to hold on to meaningless issues for more meaningful ones. When letting go, you need to realize that walking away from certain situations is a step forward. In fact, there are times when certain things in your life aren't meant to stay. Perhaps the most difficult part about letting go is moving out of your comfort zone and into new territory. But remember that change happens for a reason, and you should be ready to embrace it. Consider the example of a couple who splits. Either way, both parties involved will be impacted, but until and unless they let go, they can't reduce the impact. Holding on to pain or unpleasant memories doesn't fix anything. If anything, it holds you back. It could be a tragedy or an untimely death, leaving you pining for what could have been. You yearn for what should have been or what you feel you were entitled to. It could also be a dream, a desire, a hope, or a wish, something that you may have wanted for years but never actualized. It becomes very important to let go because all this is dead weight, and the longer you hold on to it, the longer it takes for you to move forward. The same also stops you from investing in your present and being happy at the moment. Even when you look at all the stuff you possess, ask yourself, do you really need to have so many things? That shirt you stopped wearing ages ago still hangs in your closet. Those shoes that were your best friend in your college days still have a spot on the shoe rack. And all those books which you'll never open again are taking up half the bookshelf. You talk about letting go, but keep holding on to excess baggage. Learn to let go of things and let more life in. Turn more to nature. There is no denying the fact that everyone feels happier when they are in nature. Mother Nature never disappoints and always provides inner peace. Being in nature helps reduce stress levels, and if you notice, time also slows down when you're in nature. The sense of urgency and rush that you experience in your daily life seems to come to a standstill when you turn to nature. Instead, it's replaced by a healthier pace of life. Things in nature happen according to their natural rhythm, instead of being dictated by clock time. When you spend more time in nature, you stop to enjoy the scenery and learn to appreciate more. You learn to breathe slowly and relax and get relief from the daily grind. It is possibly one of the best ways to add more Zen into your life. When you cut yourself off from nature, you get assimilated by the drive to be as comfortable as possible, to make your life as pleasurable as possible, and to resist as much hardship as you can. But the truth is that you can never be pleased or comfortable all the time, and you certainly can't always be in control. Staying in touch with nature brings you back to reality. So many things in nature are beyond your control, such as the rising and setting sun. You can't control when it rains or when the temperature gets too high. You learn to accept these elements as they are, which is a lesson in humility. It makes you realize how little control you really have. You accept this reality and learn to be happy in your given situation. Happiness is closer than you think. To conclude, the quest for happiness doesn't have to be an impossible task. It's right there for you to behold, if you choose to do so. Contrary to popular opinion, which looks for happiness in nicer things, you can find happiness in the simplest of things. Have a productive day, go out for a walk in nature, or listen to a beautiful song. Notice how all these unspectacular things can make you happy. All you need to do is connect with happiness, and it'll be right there for you. Happiness isn't something that you can get from external things, but comes from within you. It is also not something that happens to you, but something that you make happen. And remember that you'll never find happiness if you keep looking in the wrong places. To look for happiness outside yourself stops you from being yourself. So instead of searching for happiness, just be yourself and you'll find that happiness will come to you. Some people experience a sense of happiness through giving. This is because giving connects you with others. So if that's where you feel happy, then give away generously. You may also have reminisced over the past thinking about those happier days. But if you think hard enough and try to remember, were you happy at the time that you now consider to be a happier time? You'll probably realize that you never took note of your happiness as you experienced it. This is because in your mind, happiness is something that lives in the memory rather than something you consciously experience. To associate happiness with either the past or the future leaves no room for it in the present. This is what you have to change. Focus on gratitude and count your blessings so you can learn to be happy in the moment. Chances are you already have happiness in your midst, but just don't realize it. A Zen lifestyle means you have to filter, weed, eliminate, and edit a lot of habits, possessions, mindsets, and perspectives from your life. All this is to simplify and minimize your life to make it a more purposeful existence. It is a fight against speed and time, where you get yourself out from the constant swirl of unending worries and thoughts. You slow down the pace of your daily life, remove all that isn't necessary, and enjoy life as it comes your way. Try these Zen habits and see how much better you'll feel and at peace with yourself.